All right, good morning, everyone. I know I said that the wellness chat would be over on Facebook, but apparently it's not working out that way. So here we are on Instagram, and I'm going ahead and type the, we're going to go ahead and type the title. And so we can get started. Hi, Lady Danni. I see that you are in the room. I'm going to go ahead and pin this really quickly. And we're going to go forward. I see your request. I'm coming. So as you all come into the room, greet us. Even if you're on the replay, still send us a greeting.
Hey,
for some reason, there's a hesitation for this information to go forth.
Goodness. Well, we're here now.
We're here. So I won't be before you long. We have here special guest. Good morning, Regina. We have special guest, Lady Danni of Landed Gentress. Okay, I'm going to let her go ahead and introduce herself, and then we'll get started.
Good morning, Miss Regina. Hey, this is Lady Danni. I'm from Landed Gentress, handcrafted essential herbals, and I make herbs, salves, tinctures, soaps, body butters, all the things that help you to take control of your health. Herbal teas. So please feel free to visit me at www.landedgentress.com, or you can visit me on Etsy as well. Thanks.
Awesome. And I didn't even intro myself. So
please do that.
Okay. So quickly, I'm Trynette Lariba. I'm founder of Curvy Fit Chicks, and I help curvy women to activate, appreciate, and accentuate their curves by providing resources that promote holistic fitness and wellness. So welcome. This is our Wellness Wednesday chat, and we're discussing why you cannot be anti-pharmaceuticals and anti-physical fitness. Pick your poison. Okay. So Lady Danni and I have all types of discussions because we're both in the health and fitness realm. And we are here to expound upon that topic because we had some people that were curious to know, why can you not? So, Lady Gentress, know that your business is Landed Gentress. You see this? You see this? I'm turned around. So, Lady Danni, for you, when you hear a statement like that, what comes to your mind?
I'm not a doctor. I am somebody that studies. I'm actually in a course for a mastery of herbalism right now, but it's something I've been dealing with for a long time. But I will say for myself, there is no idea of that you cannot exercise and then expect to live a life without pharma drugs. I will give you a personal example. I have a compressed disc in my back. For approximately a year, I had no feeling in the fingers of my right hand. So I went to doctors. They looked at the whole thing. They confirmed it was a compressed disc.
Yes.
What I decided to do after I talked with my doctor about it, and I really didn't find any big help with the opioid thing. I mean, I did have some pain in my shoulder, but I didn't think it gave me enough relief. So I started looking at other things, and my other things were some herbs, they were some oils, but the first one was yoga, because by stretching the other way, I eased some of the tension off of that. So when I went back for my 6-month checkup, not only was I off all the opioids that I didn't want to be on in the first place, but I was in a much better place as far as pain level wise, because I've been able to get movement back in my shoulder. And once the pressure was released, I got feeling back in my hand again. So I'm not saying that physical fitness works for every single thing out there, but I am saying that we have to take some responsibility and do the work. That's doing the rehab if you're having an issue. If you know that you're having anything from like cholesterol issues to high blood pressure, there's so much you can do beyond just drugs. And I'm not saying that you don't need pharma, because some people's situation is that you do. But even if you are on pharmaceutical drugs, you can improve your outcome by watching your things like your diet, like your sodium intake, like getting that physical activity, like drinking proper amounts of water, and also getting proper sleep. People always want to separate out things, but it's holistic. That's the whole meaning. It's spelled H-O, but it should be W-H-O-L-I-S-T-I-C, because it's all those things that go together. And when you are taking out and saying, I don't want to do exercise because I don't like to sweat. Well, you know what? Neither do I. But if it's going to keep you around on the planet and healthy and mobile, isn't that something to be at least considered, if not done on an active and regular basis? Just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think she rests her case, right? I think she rests her case. But I wholeheartedly agree, right? And I had a similar issue. In fact, they had so many different things. They had me with compressed disc. They had me with a herniated disc. I mean, they had all kind of things down packed for what they said reasons why I was having all of this back pain, nerve pain. I had difficulty doing everything, absolutely everything, on my left side of my body. And it got to the point where they wanted to suggest an exploratory surgery on my back. And of course, you know me. Like, so what we're going to do is not explore. You're not going to cut me open and explore. I will heal naturally. So what I did was I was like, I'm not taking any muscle relaxers anymore. I'm not taking any pain medications anymore. I'm not doing any of it. And so I went through rehab. And I had to start with water rehab, then sand, then grass. I had to go through the whole shebang. However, I have zero back pain, right? Zero back pain, no issues. And you know, because what happens is our muscles get so lax. So, and this is one of the dangers with taking pharmaceuticals and still neglecting to take care of yourself. Absolutely. Neglecting to stay hydrated, the physical fitness, all of that. What you're doing is basically numbing symptoms, right? So you're numbing the pain, but that's not correcting the issue that's going on. So that's not rewiring anything. That's not going to strengthen your muscles at all. So your body is still weakening and deteriorating, but you're not feeling the pain. So the process is still continuing on.
Right.
And so what happens is when you do finally feel pain, because now the threshold, you know, has escalated now, right? So when you do finally feel that pain, or there's a symptom that you do realize it's so far gone, right? That now, like, you know, there's either surgery that you're needing, right? And you're like, I don't know where this came from. This just popped up out the blue, just out the sky. You know, there were no signs. There were signs, but you chose to dull or numb those symptoms. And I like to, I understand that the body is always communicating with me. So if it's telling me I'm tired, if it's telling me I'm hungry, if it's telling me that there's pain, there's something that is saying to me that I need to address. And I'm all about root causes of things. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do in the hospital, right? Like, you know, like if a patient falls or if a nurse gives the wrong medication, you're going to go through an entire root cause analysis, right? To get to the problem, the root of the problem. And this is the same thing that we have to do to our bodies. So you cannot feel like, I'm just going to take that blood pressure medication and then not do everything else that Lady Danni and I are talking about: your sleep, your hydration, your eating, your exercise, You can't do that and expect for there to be an improvement. Every time you go back, there's going to be a worsening of that condition. You'll need a second medication. Now they got to look at your kidneys. Now they got, you don't want that. You have to either work in conjunction with, or you're going to deal with one or the other. Like, that's pretty much your options out here.
Absolutely. And I see it also for people that have done things like really drastic things like gastric bypass. I see that a lot with, they got it done. They're no longer diabetic. They're no longer big. And so that's it. That's the beginning and the end. But, you know, if you want your skin to regenerate and to be tighter, you have to do the work. I'm sorry. It's just, I'm so sick of everybody just wanting the fast and quick allopathic thing. I have this problem. I take this drug. It fixes it. Boom. That's just not, it's not healthy. It's not right. And it's not traditionally how we looked at healing over the last thousands of years. Hey, I have nothing against technology and all the great things that we develop, but some of it has made us really, really soft on like doing stuff. Because let me tell you something, if you are strong enough and you're hardcore enough to not eat and almost fast for 6 weeks before you have the gastric band situation or the gastric bypass, then why can't you just modify what you eat anyway? If you can do it 6 weeks for surgery, why can't you just make changes that would make that as a lifestyle? If you can have rehab and manage to get through that after you have a knee replacement, why does it not become an integral part of your life? You know, you don't just do it to get from point A to point B and then say, I'm done. It's got to become a lifestyle. And if you want to live, there's nothing sadder. My mother, case in point. My mother lived in a nursing home. She and my dad had a cottage on the property. When my dad passed away, she got moved into the nursing home. She pretty much, and I don't know whether it was grief or whatever, because she never really wanted to talk about it or address that either. But she pretty much gave up and pretty much stopped walking. She sat there in that wheelchair, and that's pretty much what she has done. Now, everything is deteriorating. She doesn't have the strength in her arms to push herself in the wheelchair. She doesn't have the strength in her arms to lift herself up out of the wheelchair to go to the bathroom. And these are the things that happen to your body, because if you're not using your muscles and you're not moving them, it comes to a point where, yes, if you're not going to exercise and you want to rely on pharmaceuticals, that'll work for a while. But what happens when the whole thing starts to break down? There's nothing she can take now that's going to get her bum out of that wheelchair and moving, because the muscle has deteriorated. But she refused to do like the physical rehab when they came to do PT. Oh, I don't really feel like that. Stop being a wuss, all of you. You seriously need to get up and move, because trust me, if you don't do it on a regular basis, someday you may not be able to at all. End of.
Exactly. And that's exactly the truth, right? So, you know, in medical terms, we talk about muscle atrophy.
Yes.
You know, and this is real. This is real. And, you know, when we're growing up, you hear the people say, if you don't use it, you lose it, right?
That's
and
it.
People think it's a joke, right? Because we're still moving around. We're still, you know, we're still doing our thing. But honey, let me tell you, this is true. You sit around and don't do anything. Don't move your body. Don't require it to do much of anything at all. Those muscles will atrophy on you, and everything will become difficult, because it is a musculoskeletal system, is what I keep explaining to people. Your muscles are supposed to be strong enough to support the skeletal system, right?
Yes.
If it's not strong enough to support it, you're not moving anything.
Yeah.
Nothing, right? And that muscular system is also around your organs. You know, so if you're not moving and doing, so your lungs are not fully expanding. Do you know what I'm saying? They're like, look, we don't need to exert much energy because she obviously does not do much, so we don't have to do anything. Your body becomes as lazy as you are.
And circulatory system does not help to excrete all the things that need to go out if you're not moving. You start to pull fluid in your ankles and things like that.
Yes.
No, it's all connected. And people just, they're looking for the quick fix as opposed to, you know, really, instead of looking for the quick fix, what you should be doing is finding a way every day to get some extra exercise in. I have a standing desk because I keep hearing, you know, sitting is the new smoking. It's one of those time bombs that as more and more people are in desk jobs and you're not getting up and moving all the time, you should be. And if you work at a sedentary job and you're not going to the gym or you're not walking on a regular basis, then you're setting yourself up for some bigger issues later. Facts.
Yeah. And then also, too, for people who do stand, right? Because I'll hear teachers say, oh, I'm standing, I'm moving around in the classroom all day. Your body is used to that. Right. That's not extra exertion. That's not actual even exercise at this point. That's just maintenance.
Yeah.
So you're not doing anything really worth anything. Yeah, and you're just more mobile than a person that's a paraplegic. Okay, that's pretty much where you're at. But, you know, your body needs way more than that. That's why it's exercise, right? That root word exert is in there. It needs to be something that is forcing your body to work. Like, your cells appreciate that. Like, that is what they're doing. Why do you think they're taking in this food? They're breaking it down for what? Energy. That is their whole sole purpose. The purpose is to keep you alive. So if you're doing minimum, your body will only do minimum because it wants to live. It doesn't want to die. So it's always in preservation mode.
And you know what always...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, what kills me is people will go on these diets to quote unquote detox. Do you realize that if you exercise and sweat it, your body is trying to detox itself? That's the whole point of sweat. Okay? It's getting it out of your body because it's removing the toxins. So instead of like spending crazy money for like detox pills or starting a detox diet, how about you just get out there and work to the point where you're breathing a little heavy, you're sweating, and then, you know, you're feeling better after it. I do it first thing in the morning because I always say eat a frog in the morning, just get it done. Because the best thing is knowing that no matter how tanked the day can go after that, I've at least done one thing I'm incredibly proud of, and I'm good. I don't ask a lot. I'm good.
Yeah, and you know what? Look, this is America. I've only lived in America, so I can talk about America. Okay, right. And everything gets convoluted and twisted. You know. Take example, the word diet, right? Diet actually just means the food that you consume. But they've taken the word diet to mean something else, right? Oh, it's this thing that you're on temporarily and you restrict yourself and you do this and you do that. And then, you know, you get off of that and jump on. Detox, another one. First of all, everything that God made works together, right? So as long as you're eating those foods and staying hydrated, your body naturally understands, I need to get rid of this waste. When you're exercising, your body naturally understands, oh, I got to get rid of these toxins. You know, I got to make sure that I'm relieving things. I'm cleaning things out. This is what your body was built to do. Your body was built to help you live optimally. It just needs your help. Like, you're the host of this whole thing. You help it all come together. But you will urinate. Look, when you're exercising, when you're sleeping, when you're hydrating, eating, and exercising, all that works together. So you're going to pee better, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's going to get those things out for you. You're going to poop better and easier and more often. You know what I'm saying? Because it's moving all that. It's the same reason why you go walk the dog, right? Go walk that dog. You go walk the dog. Why? Because that movement gets everything going. It's not that you're just waking up. You're waking up all the organs. They're like, hey, what's up? You know, they're in sleep mode. You know, like everything is activated and everything works together. There is no, well, I'm just going to exercise and still not eat, still not sleep, still not hydrate, still deal with crazy people, still be in bad relationships. Like, no, that's not how this works. You can't pick and choose off the menu one thing and think that's going to be it. So you can't call Lady Danni here and just say, oh, my skin is itching, you know, it seems to be dry here, and think she's not going to do a full assessment, right? Because it's never
crazy
just
about
one cause.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're asking so many questions," but you have to. You want to know how everything works, and you want to find the underlying cause for everything. It's just, and just like you were saying with the whole detox thing, you don't have to tell your liver or your kidneys how to work. Guess what? They know how. What you do need to make sure is that you're getting proper hydration. And for all of you out there that consistently drink these diet sodas and stuff, you know what? I know some people just tell me like, "Oh, I really don't like water." Well, you know what? Throw some fruit in there, squeeze some lemon, squeeze some lime. Forget that water. You should be peeing pale. Your urine should be pale. It should not have a stench to it. It should not be yellow. It should be pale. And if it's not, then you're not really hydrated and you're not drinking as much water as you should. And that's, you really need that for like blood function, for circulation, for everything else. So please, if you go away with nothing else today, remember, you do need to exercise and get that water in.
Please. And get that sleep in.
Oh.
Please. Like, sleep is like foundational. It will mess up everything that you have called yourself working on. It will completely undermine, because your body has no time to rebuild, to recharge, to build up its immunity, all of that. And all those hormones are connected. So if you're not sleeping enough, your body even craves more sugars if you're not sleeping, because it's trying to force itself to stay awake. It needs energy, but of course it can't use that garbage, right? You know, so I mean, let's be real about this thing here. Like, stop the shortcuts.
And sleep affects your mental health too. You know, people go into
because you
psychosis.
keep going around and around in circles. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, if you don't have enough sleep, you can have psychotic episodes because your body needs that sleep. It totally is tied in. All of it's tied into your mental health, your physical health. Everything is tied in. So you can't just like pick and choose, and you can't think that always just taking a pill is going to fix it, because fixing what? Are you taking a pill to fix a headache? Okay, that's fine. But if you're having a headache every day, that could be something much bigger. It could be stress related, in which case you need to make some lifestyle changes. It could be that you suffer from migraines, in which case you need to get to a doctor and talk about some therapeutic things that you can do. But again, there's so much that you can do without the drugs. You know, there's you know, take a minute to do. People will take a pill. They will pay crazy amounts of money for pharmaceutical drugs. But you ask them to take 5 minutes out to meditate. I don't meditate. I don't know. No. Meditation puts me to sleep. Work out. No, I don't like to sweat. My feet hurt. I'm tired after work. You know, well, maybe you would be a little less tired if you got off your butt and just walked around a little bit, get your body moving, because it does help with the endorphin levels and everything else. These are things that I used to think growing up were really basic. I mean, yes, it's hard to do in the long run because you have to keep motivated and you have to keep at it. But it's not that they're particularly difficult to do. It's just that we always think that like that exertion, that time spent to plan meals, that time or money spent to buy something a little bit healthier versus grabbing a Mickey D's and calling it dinner, you know, these are just things that you need to do. But if you're really trying to like protect your health, if you're really trying to like save money both short term and long term, it is so much better to take control over what you are eating by cooking it from scratch. That way you can watch sodium levels and everything else, getting proper exercise so that you are metabolizing the food you eat. Plus, people just don't even realize proper digestion really starts in the mouth, and chewing properly and breaking down food. I see so many people just like inhale food, and it's, you know, my dad used to always say, nobody's going to take it away from you. Okay, it's on your plate. Nobody's going to take it away from you. But the way they just inhale without even chewing, I'm just thinking, why aren't there many more people that are choking to death at restaurants? Because believe me, the way I've seen some of these people shove stuff in, I'm expecting to have to perform the Heimlich any minute, you know? So it's
right.
These things that we all need to like breathe a little bit more, exercise a bit more, take a little bit more time we're eating, turn off the damn screen time while we're doing some stuff and actually concentrate on what we're doing and go from there. All these things are interrelated, but they're so important if you want to maintain good health.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I could not agree with you any more than I do right now. My daughter knows I go on and on about the digestive system. But see, I don't eat fast. Like, I'm usually the person at the table that people are like, you're not done yet? No, I'm not done. And I chew everything. And I take my time. And I want everything to go down nicely. And I get nice and full, you know. and I'm content. You know what I'm saying? And everything works well, right? You know, because my metabolism is up, because I'm active. And that's nothing like when you're eating on time and not skipping meals and doing what you're supposed to do, your body begins to trust you, right? So your body's like, okay, cool. We can go ahead and take what we need from this food. We need to, right? But if you're one of those people that's always skipping meals and throwing in and doing stuff inconsistently, your body's like, I have to hold on, you know, I have to hold on for dear life because I don't know when I might get some vitamin C again. I don't know when I might, you know, get this or that again, you know, to send off to these other cells to do their job. You know, I don't know. So they have to hold on to things. And I don't know if people understand how much of their gut is needed for overall health. Do you know what I'm saying? Like your digestive system does a lot. In helping you. A lot. In fact, there's even something, I don't know, you've probably heard of it before, Lady Danni, but it's called fecal transplant.
Yes.
And, you know, when I tell people about it, they think, you know, I'm making this up. No. Like literally people transplant other people's healthy feces into their body.
Because you're trying to get the bacterial balance right. And that's for people that have been abusing their body, you know, for the whole time. And then your digestion's off. And that happens a lot with people that have had like digestive issues, or if you just messed around with your metabolism and diet after diet after diet after diet, you know, it's not good. Healthy gut, healthy body.
You have to do it. Everything is a process. Do not fall into this microwave society, quick fix. There is no quick fix. That is not how our Creator made our bodies. That is not how we were made. We were made to do everything in unison and in a process, and you follow that process, and there is nothing that escapes hard work, discipline, determination, endurance, perseverance, and the like. It just doesn't happen. So, are there any other words that you would like to share, Lady Danni? I know that we kind of got cut short.
No worries. I just want to say now this is where people get crazy on me, because I'm not saying that there aren't herbs and things that help. There are many herbs that will help you in your process, but it's just part of it. And that's one of the things, just like some people want to rely so hardcore on pharma. Some people just want to have herbs for everything. And then by taking those, they think that removes the onus for anything else. And it doesn't. I mean, yes, if you have high blood pressure, you can drink things like linden tea, which will help not only with signs of aging and also reducing your blood pressure, but it'll also help with any inflammation that you have in your body. If you have issues with high cholesterol, or if you want to have plaque removed from your arteries, then additions of garlic into your diet, and I'm talking heavy additions of it, will help. Things like turmeric, because curcumin prevents tightening and strain of your heart and your arteries. So there are things that you can take and do, but make no mistake about it. You need to do your part too. And no amounts of tea that I can, you know, prescribe, no amounts of, you know, and I know there are people that are like, oh, well, I drink turmeric every day and I take astragalus every day. And, you know, yes, I personally take turmeric every day too, but I don't take it in capsules. I mix it up with ginger and black pepper and lemon juice, and I drink it every morning. And it does help with the inflammation and stuff in my knees. But make no mistake about it, my knees would be a much worse condition, even though I do have torn meniscus, if I decided I was just going to sit down and say, no, I'm not walking. No, I'm not doing aerobics. No, I'm not doing this. Because for me, and all I have to say is, like, if you really want to have your world rocked on how much you need exercise in this whole mix, then go to a senior citizen home. Because if you go to any kind of nursing home situation, you will see there's inevitably a couple of people that are in much better nick, and that's because they're constantly walking or they're doing other stuff. The people that are laid out in beds, that are moaning and crying, are people that didn't do the exercise and the things that they should have when they should have. Think about the number of people that do have hip replacements or do have knee replacements and then don't want to do the rehab because it hurts. Well, you know what? There's a certain level of pain that you have to go through for growth. If you're giving birth to a child, you're not going to lay there and say, no, I don't want to feel any pain. Yeah, you're going to, whether you want to or not, because there's a point where labor pains let you know that something new is happening. And sometimes we have to stop being crybabies about everything and actually get off our butts, do the walking. And I'm not saying you start off in a marathon, and that's the other problem. People want to go from 0 to 50 in 3 seconds. You can't do that either. Believe me, I was going to a trainer twice a week for a long time just doing kettlebells. Just that. That was all that I did. I rode a bike, but that was mostly for transport around town. That was it. Then I decided I really needed to boost this up. And in doing that, it meant that I needed to add additional exercise. Well, I didn't want to join another gym, but I will tell you, all you people that have Amazon Prime that are watching all this crap on the box, guess what? Fitness videos. So you should be in there looking for the free fitness videos, and then don't give me like, I can't do this, because they've got ones for people that are seated. They've got seated yoga. They've got, things that are geared for older people. You can either make a plan or you can make an excuse. I chose to make a plan. I chose to do, now I do 5 to 7 days a week, because that's just important to me, because obviously and clearly my mother being in a wheelchair and unable to do anything else has scared me to the very core. And maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need that fear in your life to motivate you to do something different, because all I know is my dad he'll be 3 years dead in November. And he, even though he had bad knees and everything, he was still out hunting. He was still out walking. He was still out moving, because he just always believed in that. And I pray that I have more of his genetic makeup that keep pushing me to do that until I drop, versus laying there and languishing and now being like my mother, who's just like, baby, I think I've lived a good life. I'm just waiting for it. And I said, well, that's funny, Mom, because the rest of us know that death is coming. We're trying to get a lot of stuff done before then. So either you can lay there and wait for it to happen, or you can rage against dying in the light. And some of that takes putting in some hardcore working out effort.
Exactly. You can never escape it. Period. Point blank. Period. Point blank. There's nothing else you can do. Okay. All right. So if you are ready for the real deal, the real deal. Look, you're going to hear the same thing whether you come over to my land in Curvy Fit Chicks, or you go over to Landed Gentress, who will probably still send you over here to get it moving, and I'll send you over there to get what you need to get, right?
Absolutely.
So that you can get a complete plan to be healthy, well, and whole, because that is what it's about. And anyone that you see that is healthy, well, and whole, you best believe that they putting in some time and effort. It takes intentionality, as Lady Danni was talking about. It takes being intentional and being disciplined and wanting it for yourself. No one else can want it for you. You have got to decide that you are worth it, that you are valuable, and that you are going to use your body for good, because you want to live your best life. Hey, I'm living my best life. Hey, ain't going back and forth. Okay. Yeah, I know I always got to sing a song in there. But anyway, once again, Landed Gentress, let them know how they can get in touch with you. If they want a consult, or if they want to look at your products.
You can go directly to landedgentress.com, and there are links that go directly to Etsy, although I am trying to expand my own site so that I'll eventually be able to sell everything directly there. But you can also, from there, reach out to me if you would like a consult. I will tell you this. I am not one of those people that don't call me and say, oh, I have, a dodgy shoulder. What can you recommend for that? If I consult with you, there is a whole intake form that you fill out, because I want to know what other drugs you're on. I want to make sure that nothing that I'm giving you is going to be contraindicated by that. And a lot of people don't get that, but that's true. Also, be prepared that I'm brutally honest. I will tell you, if you're telling me that you're having all these stomach issues, and then you eat like Popeyes, and that's your diet thing, or you do this, I drank coffee in the morning, and then like 9 o'clock at night I had half a cheesecake and some Kentucky Fried. That's not going to work. I will give you recommendations on things that you can do, but make no mistake, it's not going to just be about herbs. It's going to be about lifestyle. It's going to be about getting some exercise. It's going to be about how much water are you drinking, because all of that plays into it. I even have questions about how much sleep you get regularly, and even your bathrooming habits. I know.
Yes.
Poop is not a thing a lot of people want to talk about, but let's face it, if you're not having proper elimination, that could be an underlying, a whole, like, you know, groundswell of issues. So it's in order, instead of working allopathically, which means like, got an issue, we give you a herb or a drug to treat it, we're working at a point where we're trying to figure out everything that's going on with you so we can give you the best possible results so that you get a whole healthy lifestyle, not just like you got this one thing fixed and then in a month you're coming back, oh, I'm having headaches. No, we do the whole thing and try and give you a complete guide to wellness.
I love it. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm so sorry that we did not greet each individual. Dr. Tammy, I know you've been giving us some hearts and everything.
Thank you so much. I saw Kimmy pop in too.
I'm sorry?
I saw Kimmy from, oh God, she does the hair out of North Carolina.
And Sarah came in, Linda, Candace. Look, we appreciate all of you. We had to get all of this out because we unfortunately were a little, had some technical difficulties. So we appreciate those of you who came over from Facebook to hear our chat. If you have some comments that you want to add, feel free. We love them because we love discussing them. And we don't have a problem saying what we got to say. Oh, Natural Root said, yes, she's here. We don't have a problem saying what we got to say because the truth is the truth and it stands on its own. You know, and that's it. I said it, and take that to the bank, okay? So you can find me here, right here on the Curvy Fit Chicks page. You can go to my webpage or just go to the link in the bio. That's where you'll find all the goodies. And also, if you are willing and able and ready to challenge yourself, I'm looking to grow team Curvy Fit Chicks for the Brutal Fitness Challenge. It is an obstacle course going down in Miami. So let me know if you are ready for that as well. Because I'm all about, look, you're never going to get anywhere if you're not challenging yourself. Like, you just got to do it. Do it scared, do it afraid, make a choice, commit to it, and let's do it. But you have got to keep it moving. Lady Danni, I thank you for coming.
Oh, no, thank you, sweetie. And I mean, I was just glad that we could have this talk in the wider group because it's something that you and I talk about a lot because people just don't want to put the work in and they just expect, like, I'm sorry, if there was like the magic, like, here, your thin, fit, and healthy fairy that popped in overnight, you know, I think we would all want to visit by her, but it's just not happening. You have to put in the work yourself, and it's not just a one-shot deal. It's not like you do this for 10 days and you're done. This has to be an ongoing thing, just like breathing. You don't do it just once and stop. You got to keep doing it every day. And that's what you need to do with exercise. It's what you need to do with your water consumption, proper sleep, and diet.
So we talk about all the time. So welcome to our domain. Okay, this is like a private chat, really, between Lady Danni and I, because this is what we discuss all the time.
Absolutely,
all the time. And this is what I try to tell you all too, who are in the Curvy Fit Chicks community. Your circle of people have to reflect the beliefs that you have. Right? So you can't say, I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to grow. You know, I'm trying to exercise and be consistent. If everybody in your circle is not about that life, like you have to step into a new circle of people who are aligned with where you want to be. Or else you're just not going to change. You cannot stay where you are and expect to get to that next step, that next level, or progress and elevate in any way, shape, or form if you are not surrounded by like-minded people. And the reason why you're probably still with those people is because you have not fully committed to yourself. And you're using that as a scapegoat and as an excuse to keep doing what you're doing. So you see people like myself and Lady Gentress. I keep calling her Lady Gentress, give her a new name. Lady Danni.
That's all right, man.
You see people like us when you are ready for the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Because when you talk to us, we're going to turn everything right back to you like a mirror. And and all the questions we're asking you causes you to do some good deep introspection within yourself, because honestly those answers and that growth is within you. It's within you. We're on the path to help you seek them, find them, and take them to the next level. That is what we specialize in. And that is what we do. All right. Thank you guys so much. We love this kind of stuff.
Thank you. Just make sure if you're getting in touch with either of us, you're ready for the truth, because we do not sugarcoat. It's like it's what you have to do, and you have to be. It's like anything else. You have to be ready to hear it, and you have to be ready to act on it. So, no baby steps here. It's just we will help you get there, but I mean, you have to be really fully committed, because nobody can make you get up in the morning and decide to exercise. Nobody can make you eat healthy, but if you really value. Think of it as the same way that you would put money away for a pension fund, okay? If you're doing this now, you're knocking off a lot of things that could happen further down, because just exercise